Hello and welcome to another update on the Sherwood real estate market. My name is Steve Thoele, principal broker with Premier Property Group, and this update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity ending this past Sunday, July 30th. So going to share the screen with you now and go through the info with you as I always do here. So we'll start off looking at active listing activity. So this last week in Sherwood, I show we had 9 new properties come on the market. You can kind of see that's kind of right in line with where it's been. We had a low of 6 and a high of 11 over the past 8 weeks on a weekly basis. End of the week was 63 homes active on the market, which you can kind of see is down a little bit. It's been a pretty tight range. Had a low of 61, high of 71 over the past 8 weeks here. The median list price and days on market for the active listings, you can kind of see where that's tracked. We started off at 850 8 weeks back, got down to 815 for a couple weeks here, about a month, 3 weeks ago, and the past couple weeks it has been on the rise here again. Most recent reading is 840,000 for the median price of these 63 homes on the market in Sherwood right now. Days on market, you can kind of see, has been a fairly tight range. We had a low of 45 days here about 8 weeks ago. Got up to just under 60 days, 59 days here 2 weeks back. Dipped here a bit this past week to 54. So, just a little under 2 months of average market time right now for these current 63 homes on the market in Sherwood. Okay, moving along to pending sales. So this last week in Sherwood, I show we had 7 properties go pending. Week prior to that, we had 14. So that was kind of a high for the past 8 weeks. And ended the week with 56 homes in pending status, which you can kind of see is a slight high for the past 8 weeks here in terms of total pendings in Sherwood. And the median price and days on market for those pendings, you can kind of see it. We were, kind of around 700 for the most part. For most weeks, we did have a dip of a low of 688, and then a kind of a rise of 726 here 2 weeks ago. And the days on market has been pretty tight range. We had a low of about 15 days here for the first month, and then got up to 23 days here about a month ago. Last 2 weeks, it's been at 19 days of average market time for the pendings in Sherwood. And then lastly, we'll look at sold listing activity. So as of the time I put this together, it was a pretty slow week in Sherwood last week in terms of new closings. We had 3 last week. You can kind of see it had been pretty steady prior to that, and this might get bumped up, 1 or 2 typically kind of straggle in, but lower week of closings. When I look back over the prior 4 weeks of activity on a week-by-week basis, we came in at 24 this last week, which is a low for the past 8 weeks, as you can kind of see. But again, pretty tight range. We had a high of 30. And then the median price and days on market for those solds, we can see we had a high of 690,000 about 7 weeks back, and the last 2 weeks it's dipped down to 645 is where we're currently at right now. And then the days on market hasn't moved a ton there. Started off at 8, got up to 16, and we're back at 8-9 days of average market time for the sold homes most recently. And then to finish this out, we'll look at the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. So weeks of inventory is the red bars, good measurement of kind of relative supply and demand. So started off with about just under 11 weeks of inventory as kind of the high, and then it got a couple of occasions here, it got down to a little under 9 weeks of inventory. Its most recent reading was about between 10 and 11 weeks of inventory. So, we're about, 2.5 months or so of inventory right now in Sherwood, based upon, what's on the market and what's been selling in the market. And then the sale price as a percent of the original list price, you can kind of see we had a high of about a little over 99% of original list price here about 5 weeks back. And most recent reading was just under 96%. So on average, about a 4% discount from the original asking price is kind of where properties are selling right now in Sherwood on average. Obviously some are below, some are above, and some are below that, but that's kind of the average right now. And so, on average, 2.5 months of inventory, and pricing, staying relatively stable. Still a very strong market in Sherwood right now. as most markets are right now throughout the area. In spite of higher interest rates, we're still seeing, demand definitely is out there, and not enough supply to to kind of balance out the market right now. So interest rates did kind of breach 7% again here this past week or so for a conventional 30-year fixed rate loan. So rates do remain relatively elevated, but it doesn't seem to be slowing down buyers who can afford that payment right now. So hope that was helpful. As always, if I can answer any questions or be of any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. My phone, email address are down below the video in the description. So reach out, let me know what I can do to help. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, would love the opportunity to see if we'd be a good fit to work together. And as always, really appreciate any likes, comments, shares that you have of this video. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, always encourage you to do that. It's a great way for you to stay up to date on what's happening in Sherwood in terms of the real estate market. And hope you have a great day and week ahead. And I'll see you on the next update.